Now, I did something I don't normally do. This is weird. I talked to my brother for like an hour on the phone. I can't remember the last time, unless I'm with him. Normally, he and I talk 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, once a week, whatever. We just, I don't know, man. Oh, he was driving back from Victorville Courthouse, so he was on the freeway, so he had a lot of time to talk. I was keeping him. He probably, in that hour, he drove a long way, but no, we were talking about a lot of shit, him and I. I was all chill. I'm on Xanax. But yeah, he and I, that was one of the better conversations I had with my brother the last. Oh, I mean, he and I don't fight, really. Like, he's 13 months older than me. I think about the 2000. He and I went 2 times. Well, this was, I would say, at least 25 years ago. My door's open. Vaughn, shut the door. Why did the door not shut? I gotta put the WD-40 on that. No, so he and I, only 2 times in our lives we didn't talk. Once for a year and a half. Once for about 2 years. But it was a long time ago. It was, I want to say it was about 20 years ago, maybe. 25. Maybe one was 30. I'm trying to think. Maybe about 25 years ago they happened. And then 20 or 15. They were spread out. I forgot exactly what happened. Oh, there's lightning there. But it was probably something he did. Probably something I said triggered him. I mean, it wasn't like a fist fight. Last time we got in a fist fight, I was 25. I don't think my brother got the best of me. Because when I'm fighting my brother, I haven't had a physical fight with him for 40 years, 40, whatever. I could never go all out with him just because he's my brother. So I always felt weird about. Because when I get mad, when I was younger, I would fight a lot. But when you're young, you're not throwing tough punches. But he and I got some gnarly fucking fights. I'm not gonna lie, man. But the reality, what is the reality to all this? It's finally fucking raining, thank God. The reality is, that was a good conversation with my brother. Because I know what to, obviously I don't walk on eggshells with my brother, but I have to just know what subjects bother him. And it's always better to talk to my brother after I like talking to him when he's high. He's more mellow. But he and I just, the reality is, the shameful part is I don't get along with his wife. She's never liked me. Even before meeting me, she's just an angry narcissist. And she was going through a lot of bullshit when she first met me. And she's the type that has to go off on somebody, so she picked me. Yeah, she's basically she's an overt schizophrenic narcissist. I mean, it's weird because my brother had a lot of girlfriends prior to that. Heidi, who else did he have? Yeah, Andrea, Elizabeth. Who was that other one that he dated a long time? Can't think. Jody was her name. On the tip of my tongue. So he dated her. And all kinds of. I'm telling you, boys and girls. I'm telling you, boys and girls. So it was just. That's what it was. That's really, really, really lot of you people I like being close to my family. I just wish his wife ruins things because I can't be around her. I just can't. But now my brother, one thing about my brother, he's got, you know, he's always kind of had his whole life he's sort of a moody guy. He can get into weird moods where I'm not really moody like him. Like when we were growing up, he cried a lot as a baby. He was just a guy that cried for attention. He just cried. And then when I came along, my mom was surprised because I didn't cry at all. He was like the worst baby, and I was like the best baby. Mm-hmm. And see, we come from a Jewish family where family is important. I have a younger brother, 4 years younger. I don't talk to him as much, but no, I remember last year I started yelling at these guys. I was pissed at them for something, which is personal. I'm not going to mention what it was. But I did get mad at them. At that time we didn't talk for like 2 months. But otherwise, I mean, if you look at the whole big scoop of things over 67 years of knowing these people, I've never had. Wait, 67 years, there's maybe 5 years total where I didn't talk to my brother. Even when he was in school, I remember I would visit him at UCSD. We talked to each other. My brother, he'd come home for the summer. There's another time, I want to say, what was it, 2001, he got mad at me for just something else, but that got over quickly. Because he and I disagree on a lot of stuff, but where I disagree with him, I'm not going to go off and get mad at him. He will. And I think my brother there's sort of a sibling rivalry. I think my brother, there's a little jealousy probably on it. Not on me to him, but for him to me because, he's a good attorney and makes good money. The dude's making about $300 a year. He makes let's say $350 a year as an attorney. Let's say 300, but he's working 30 hours a week, so he's not busting his ass for that 300. And my brother, and he's got a husband. These clowns are making probably another. These guys made over 100. These guys make over 500,000 a year between them. My younger brother's good for probably 200, 150. He's part-time too. I mean, these guys make money. They're billing out at $200 an hour, what they would bill me out as legal analyst. But my brother, $300 an hour. Who knows what? These guys are professional attorneys, public relation account executives. My brother owns part of a law firm. Not only that, 20 years ago, approximately, I found some office buildings. They're in Fashion Island, Newport Beach. Rent was going up. I think back then it was $2 a square foot, $3, and they had a nice building. It was in Fashion Island, right there. Irvine Company owns that. You're right in Dollarville. They were in these 3-story buildings, not these high rises. It was cool, but the rent was going to go up, And I remember somehow, I don't know how, I can't remember. I thought it was in the newspaper. I found out about it right near Irvine Spectrum. Is it Bake Street? I forgot the name of the street. Irvine Spectrum Drive. Right where the universe, right where the Irvine Amphitheater used to be, they tore that down. Donald Brand's son, and Donald Brand owns the Irvine Company and Irvine Ranch. He's a billionaire. Donald Brand's sons, one of them, I think, maybe two, they were selling these places right in the Irvine Spectrum, not far from the Irvine Spectrum Shopping Center, right off the 405 and Irvine Center Drive. Like if you're driving south, you make a right off Irvine Center, go down about a mile or two. I think it's Bake Street, I can't remember. My brother's right in there. They were buying these condos, these office condos. So my brother picked up one. I'm the one that found it for him. And they were 3,000 square feet. You got a 3,000 square foot. There were like different buildings, and you could buy 25% of one, which my brother did, or you could buy smaller units. So they paid $800,000, and then they had to put in another $200,000 and up, to do the interior. So it was $800,000 to buy it. I think it was like $1 million, or maybe it was $900,000 or $1 million to buy it. Now it was somewhere around $1 million, let's say $1.2 million to outfit and everything. Now it's worth like probably $2 million. It's went up. And basically they own the property, and they've even bought more units like that. I was the one that told them to buy that. This way, basically, they own it, see? And they're paying it off. So my brother has an interest in an office suite. And the perfect part is, underneath that ground, because I remember when we used to drive the 405 in the 60s down there, it was just cow pasture land. So there was underneath there's no dump sites or anything. You do have the Irvine Ranch. El Toro Marine Base, but you're not picking up any of their pollution. So that's really what happened. So he owns part of that. He owns part of this. Why am I mentioning this? Because let's say the shit really hit the fan for me and I had problems financially. I won't, because I'm pretty woke. But let's say there was an emergency. God forbid something happened to me. Where I needed some money, or I needed, in other words, I got my own money, but let's say I needed money for something else. My brother would give it to me. I'd pay him back. But I wouldn't even have to do that, really, because my nephew, his son, basically, because I don't have kids, is going to be inheriting a lot of my money. So my brother would just give me, if I told my brother, look, I need $50,000, I would never ask him, I don't need it. But I'm saying in a real emergency, between both my brothers, they're both millionaires. So I'm not saying I am or not, but I guess we all